Welcome.
Nozzle heats up and the plastic it flows. A creation takes form as the live stream goes. Heart of a maker with a tech-savvy show. Designs in the making, see the hotbed aglow. It's Shenanigans 3D on the digital stage. With each layer printed, he's the maker. Let's start the show. Layer by layer, we watch it grow. A twitch in time with shenanigans flow. Chaos reigns with a fiery glow. We're live. We crash. Closely as the filament spins, a wild ride where the line between fails and wins. Accidental art when the plastic rebels. Shenanigans 3D, he's breaking all the levels on the edge of tech, where the sparks may fly. In the streamer's den, there's no limit to the sky. Every stream's a gamble, roll the fiery dice, pushing limits, bending rules, not one to think twice. Heartbeat pulses with each bridge he creates, while the chat's wild wonder and suspense they wait. Rising with the flames in the shenanigans game, printing out the future, no two prints the same.
Welcome in, everybody. Happy Friday night. Ash Prince, how are you doing, my friend? All right, so I can't root that for some reason. We tried rooting that earlier today, and I cannot get that to. I can't connect to it. I've been sitting here for like the past 3 hours trying to get that darn thing to connect, and it cannot connect to the printer. I don't know. So I'm just going to wait and try it again tomorrow. Might as well, right? Let's do some music. That's really loud music. All right. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to a Friday night shenanigans. Really wasn't sure what I'm going to be doing. I want to change my lights back there, but for some reason I completely forgot that I changed the controller. So I changed the thing, and now I lost my controller. Now I'm trying to get my controller back. So this might be fun. 165. That is the controller for WLEDs. So where's that layout? That's my Christmas. This is the one I need. This is my matrix right here. That's the TV. That's what we see on the TV. I want to put some fireworks on it. I want to get rid of the holiday thing and put some fireworks on here. But this is not my controller. I don't know what my controller is. I need to search. I need to find my telephone ring-a-ding thing so I can find what the IP address is on it. Actually, I could find that. Should be able to find it right here. And I can't seem to reach that for some reason. Okay. Here is my controller. Where is my IP at? Well, I can't find it, so I'll have to go into my router and get it. I stopped by the little wine store today, and they had Shenanigans. They had a wine bottle. They had a wine called Shenanigans. They had it last year, and it's a seasonal thing. So I got myself a bottle of Shenanigans today. I think we'll get into some designing if we're working on the helicopter. I'm trying to find my IP address first, though. Uh, 203, that's not it. That's not it. It's like a nice relaxing Friday, right? There it is. 192.168.81. That's an odd address. Hey, Tech Cheaper, how you doing, my friend? Adult beverage shop. It's been like maybe 6 months, 7 months since I had an adult beverage. But this wine is called Shenanigans. Like, it's actually called, like, they named it Shenanigans. So I had to get it. They had it last year, but I had to get it again. There it is. All right, cool. We just pulled it up. Yep, cool. What is our matrix? What matrix are we having on here? That is this one. It's going to virtual matrix. And then I can't remember what string we had. Sometimes you get to break, huh? All right, layout. Here we go. I can't. I still don't understand how I'm not able to connect that printer. I don't. I'm really lost on that. Let's do fireworks. This is quite a challenge. Okay, so we got the fireworks here. Let's do number of explosions. That many. When you get rid of the red, let's do some greens, some blues, some purples, and that color. Well, we'll throw red in there. Number of explosions over time is 50 particles of explosion. 100. Oh, we seem to have lost my... I seem to have lost my lights in the back. I lost my lights in the back. Oh no, there we go. We got the explosion. We got fireworks back there. It's supposed to happen. Oh, it's exploding across the entire thing. We should have a lot more than that. Let's do nothing is going on here. Huh. Yeah, it's just not one of those days, right? There, we should have some plasma. So render that. Why are we not? I don't know. Holy moly, we got a raid from Pez Liz. Welcome in, everybody. How's everybody doing today? That was completely unexpected. Let me try to get something down here. Let me get that down. Holy moly, 70, what was it, 74, 79, 74 people. Welcome in, everybody. Tink Live, how you doing? Da Vinci, Dandelion, Munson, Josh. Mr. Execute, I like that. Who else did I see? Let's see here. Good try, welcome in. Epic Man, how you doing, my friend? Stephen Poole, Clown Hammer, I like Clown Hammer. I need glasses tonight. Rix, how you doing, my friend? Paul, Pam, who else we have? Techno Side. Of course, Pezliz. Karen, how you doing? Bionic Just Buddy.
Super positive, just positive.
CG, how you doing? I just Makerspace. I see Star Rose 3, how you doing? Hey Rupkin, how you doing, my friend? And welcome back. Who else? Did I miss anybody else? Welcome in, Raiders! Super positive. I like how you spelled that. Welcome in. I'm Shenanigans 3D. It's a nice chill night in here. 3D printer, whatever we do in here, right? Just whatever we do. Right now we're trying to. Right now we are trying to get my display went out on me, so we're trying to get that out. How are you doing, Teslas? Tell me about what was your. I didn't realize your stream was tonight. How was your stream? Tell us all about it. What were you up to? That's your sister. Oh, really? Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Everybody, there's Pezlas. Give her a follow. An awesome person in this community. Pezlas for partner. Exactly. Yes. Pezlas for partner. We're just in there. Is Danny Maker Zach? How you doing? Yes, definitely. In the lighting, yeah, I run X lights. I do Christmas lights. Well, I haven't done it in like, what, 4 or 5 years now. This is what? This Christmas was year number 4 or 5. I had an injury and I had my blower back replaced and I couldn't do anything with my lights, so I haven't been able to put them back up. But this year, this 2025, we're going to be putting them back up. But yes, I do synchronized Christmas music lights, and I have them here in the channel too. We had them back there, but for some reason I just killed the network. I'm having network problems today. We tried to root the. We tried to You just got your shot for your back. Okay, so no, I do have an ESP32 controller. We just did that the other day. I don't know what I did with my Christmas tree. We 3D printed a little Christmas tree, and we did ESP32 on it. Yeah, I know. We tried to root the K1, and we got everything installed, but we just couldn't get into the printer. It was so. I'll work on it later. But most of these lights right back here are working on. Well, they were working on a Falcon Pi cap for the Raspberry Pi, and for my other lights, for the whole lights I always ran Falcon controllers. You do your house with a Mega Tree with a ESP32. We see. I started doing Christmas lights. I started 13 years ago. Yeah, this will be Christmas number 4 that I haven't put them up. But I started the whole Christmas lights 13 years ago. Was my first time I did it, and then I did it. You use Seed Pixels. Yeah, I went and did it for all the way up to this is Christmas number 4 that I haven't been able to. Fliz, thank you for the follow, my friend. Yeah, this was Christmas number 4 that I wasn't able to do it. I got injured at work and I was up in Connecticut, and I made a drive back. And when I got back home here in Pennsylvania that night, I got home and half of my house was lit. It was all pastel colors. This was December 12th, and the other half of it was completely out. All my props and everything else was all out, and I was like, "What the heck is going on here?" And I couldn't move. I basically rolled out of my semi truck, and I just went downstairs, pulled the main plug, and I haven't touched them since. I started well, I did 2 years ago. I ripped them all down off the house to redo them, but I just life, life. So. You started the LED Christmas lights during the pandemic. They're fun, right? They're awesome. I enjoy it. I remember the first time I put them on, all my neighbors, I live in farm country here, so I'm surrounded by a bunch of old farmers. And first time I put them on, they were like, "What the heck?" I stopped traffic. I live on a rural road, right? It's not a main road, but it's it's only a 2-lane. There's no place for anybody to stop. And when I first did it, everybody was like, I had traffic stopped. It was crazy. I had the field was all lit up and everything else. What's a good affordable programmable RGB white lights? I don't know. I've always ran the bullet nodes. Do I have any sitting around here? I mean, those are all bullet nodes that are inside those lights right there. We just 3D printed a cover for them is all we did with those. I don't have any bullet nodes here. I mean, there are a dime a dozen. You just have to kind of look around and, you know, yeah. A lot of it's changed through the years, though. That's the thing. A lot of it has definitely changed. Because before, yeah, here's my Christmas tree. This is running WLED on it right now, but we did have this hooked up to the X lights. But yeah, it's just things are just constantly changing, huh? But right now, I'm just having issues with networking. We'll get this little run. This was a design we did here in stream. This is all 3D printed. And then this uses the 2.7 millimeter addressable LEDs. Yeah, these are 2812s. Grew strip lights. 95 feet worth. Mindbird just put them up. Ruby. Roby? No, they make like regular studio lights and stuff, don't they? I can't remember if this is on. Let's see if I can pull this up. Yeah, because this is my controller for back there because I have my TV set up as a matrix. And then I got those lights separately. But this is all changing. We're completely moving into a whole new room I have a whole new setup. We're going to be playing with a bunch of pretty cool LEDs. Spent $100. That's too much if you ask me. Most of my stuff I get is all just regular stuff that you have to. It's not nickname brand. You'll have to show me that Jeeper. I have an outline on my house right now. I got my side and then a single row on each side and then one from across. Hey, Da Vinci. Yeah, the density of the LEDs. Now, like I said, I run the 12 millimeter nodes. I don't know. I don't have any handy. I did. What did I do with that burn barrel? Everything in here is like chaotic. My son decided he wanted to bring every toy that he got for Christmas this year into this room, and yes, we have stuff like all over the place. So tomorrow is cleanup day, and he's not going to like that. He just went to bed too. But yes, tomorrow's cleanup day for the studio, and then we're going to slowly start getting everything to make the merge over to the other room. Yeah, I don't have any nodes with me right now. But I think they're like 3-inch spacing on those. They're not strips, right? They're all wired. I thought I had some. Yeah, the 2.5 centimeter spacing. Oh, 3D Printer Shack, welcome in, my friend. You'll have it next week. First ever printer that runs Klipper. We put all that. We put Klipper on that. We were running Fluid, doing Fluid, but when I was going to Moonraker would not allow me to enter this printer. I had to go into the Moonraker's configs, and it would not allow me. Lurking and beginning some hot tea. Thank you for the lurk. Thank you for the raid. Make sure you all head over there. given Pezliz the much deserved push for partner. Trying to get that thing open here. How's everybody doing tonight? This fine Friday night. I usually don't stream Friday nights, but I figured the boy went to bed. And I was like, well, I'll stream, right? We need to. What is my 192.2068.165? I think is this one. Yes, it is. Yep, that's this one right here. We'll get the. I have so many freaking controllers. We'll get this down a little bit. This was cool. This is a fun little thing to build. We do have a little LED in the back here, but this was definitely a fun thing to build. You can get this on my Discord. If you bang Discord, go down to the project files, you can get this. It will be. This is the beta version, I guess. I didn't release it on Thangs or anything, but it will be. We will have this out. I want to finalize a few things up here. I don't like how wide it is. There's a few things we're going to finalize, and then we'll have this posted up on Thangs for 2025. But you can get the early version, this version right here, if you head over to my Discord. We'll add a segment. And yeah, see if we can change it. So we just segmented this so we have these here and then this one's separate. So yeah, it's one of spiral trees. It's pretty cool. I was so excited when I finished this. I was happy. I was like, oh, this is awesome. Let's do a blue star. What's this button do? There we go. Doesn't want to go all the way up, does it? Still not reaching the top. But yeah, there you go. For a little spiral tree. We're playing around with these. Plasma was pretty good. There's a rainbow. Yeah. This is the first that I actually used an ESP32 when we were playing around with this for X-Lights. I didn't realize that. You know, I didn't realize they did that now. And I think actually we have our yeah, we have it. We have it set up. So it's set up on the controller as a controller. So we could run that, and then I have my other controller here for my. Now this is running off of a Pi Hat, and that's for my for what you see in the background. But the problem is I terminated that, so now I can't pull it up for some reason. Bearded Printer, welcome in, my friend. How are you doing? But yeah, tonight was just. Let's cancel that. Let's get out of this. I don't need this. Tonight is just a night of me doing some CAD work. I really want. We really need to get some work on that helicopter. Those of you that are new into the channel, my 3D printing is a little bit different than most. This is something that we all do, right? But Most of the stuff I do is mechanical designs. We're working on a radio-controlled helicopter. That's the newest one that we're doing. We got a couple jet engines we're working on. Like, we actually set fire to them. We actually light them off. Just had a cold shiver go through your spine. X-Lights. Oh, I love X-Lights. Oh my. I've been using X-Lights from day one. And then the show that Big Jano did. Oh, that was awesome. I was so excited for that. I was so excited. I was grinning ear to ear, eyes wide open, just watching. I was like, that's awesome. Let's get Fusion up in, but there was something I was going to do. What was I going to do? Oh, we were going to get that started. So I need to get in here to my network. Hopefully I didn't lose connection on that. We're gonna try this. Make sure that we still have, yes, we still have connection to it. Cool. We can at least get it to where it was over Christmas. We'll do the repeat, play. Oh, there. All right, so we got blinky stuff back in the background. We can close that out. And we'll get into some Fusion. But anyway, what we're doing, our current project, we've got a bunch of projects here going on, for those of you who are new here. We have a Creality CRM4, their large 450 build. What is it? 450 by 450 by 470. I got that one. It was first released. I've gotten just a few prints out of it. I've had problems and issues with it. Creality tried fixing it. You know how that goes. So we decided to convert it to an IDEX. We ripped the guts out of it. We redesigned a few parts on it. We got all the parts in, except for I need two extruders, I need one extruder and two hot ends. But that's ready to be assembled minus those three things. And we have a CNC machine that's just sitting down there that's being converted to a 5-axis, so we can mill turbines out of metal. And what else do we have going on? We have the helicopter. The helicopter is cool. So the helicopter is this modular design thing, right? So I have a quadcopter that is somewhere around here, a fully autonomous quadcopter, and I've just been I built it like 4 years ago. I actually built it over COVID, I think it was. Or I just needed. I got the itch to make another one. So while I was searching for new stuff and everything else, I came across this like really cool, badass freaking helicopter. It's a reconnaissance helicopter. And I was like, oh, we're going to build that. But I was thinking today, get this, I got to figure out how to do this. I want to try to make it completely AI. So the camera that we have for it, it's not here yet, but the camera that's going into it is a Zero Lux night vision camera. It's an infrared night vision camera. And then we're going to have a regular camera with it. But the other thing is we're going to have LiDAR, right? We're going to have a 360 LiDAR scanner on it. And I already have LiDAR on my other autonomous drone. But I want to try to figure out how to incorporate AI into it so it flies itself. Like, it'll fly itself now, but we have to program it. But I want it to think for itself. I want to be able to take this thing and send it into a forest and have it navigate itself through a forest. I don't know how to do that yet, so that's something I have to learn. Something I have to figure out how to do. Let me open up the Discord to show you what we're doing here. Oh, that's the entire tab. I don't want to take the entire tab over. So here we are on Discord. This is what this is a little diary, I guess you want to call it. That's the camera we're going to be using. One of the cameras. This is what we have so far, which we're going to be getting into here in a minute. I am changing the motor out to this, and then I already have one of these motors, so I might as well use it. It's a high torque motor. It can spin a 14 or an 18-inch prop easily. And this is the rotor assembly that should be here tomorrow. Yeah, I create flying Terminator more at 10. But Project Raven is what we're calling it. But this is what we're building. One of these. It's what we're designing and building. No, we're going to do a 450, but we'll probably I probably will run a 500 blades on it. Now, there is a disclaimer. This is a military contracted company, so they do have a little some. If you do go to this link and click up in here, there are some pew-pews in here, so that I don't endorse all that stuff. But I saw this helicopter thing popped up, and I was like, we got to make one of these. Hey, Pilloverbot, how you doing, my friend? So yeah, that's what we are doing. But yeah, that's basically what we do in this channel. We set things on fire and make fireballs and stuff like that. Clown Hammer, you're exactly right. Somebody mentioned something in one of the posts about how it looks like a pew-pew, and I was like, yeah, well, I saved it. Now, so I gotta find out where it was. What did I save it under? Because I'm the type of person that I don't actually name my stuff. I just do random things. We have our death tank too that we need to work on. Yeah, that's our tank that we're working on. That runs the LiDAR system right there. I cannot remember what I named this. I think this is one of the jets. Oh no, this is the water-cooled rocket engine that we were working on. This one we tried to light this one. So this is another rocket engine we tried. We 3D printed this, and we were running gas and compressed air into this and tried to light this, and it just would not light. That's one where I had to shove a bunch of steel wool into it. Raven, there it is. Yeah, there is. I came across one. So that is a few years old. But I came across the YouTube. My God, that thing is expensive. That thing is definitely expensive. If y'all were here last year, remember I came across that bottle of wine from that company, that local brewer. Then they named it Shenanigans. I found it again. It's only a limited. They only do a seasonal thing. But I found it. I was at the grocery store today. There's a wine shop inside the grocery store, and I stopped in there real quick. I was like, oh, I'll get a glass of wine. Yeah, they had one in there. It's like, oh, they got the Shenanigans wine back. So I was like, yeah, of course, I had to get it. I had to buy it. It's a little too sweet for my taste, but all right, so this needs completely redesigned. It does. It does. And this is going to be printed using the Polymaker's Fiberon, probably the BCS CF10. So I think Polymaker is going to. It's not official yet, but they got back to me and they're going to. I believe they're going to sponsor the filament for this, which is cool. But yeah, this is what we got so far. The motor. The cool thing about this, all right. So the cool thing about this approach is I'm making it modular, right? So these are carbon fiber rails, 10 millimeter carbon fiber rails, and everything will be able to slide in there, and they'll lock in place and all that. Yes, follow along. This is going to be an interesting project. I will be taking this out at shows. Have a great night. Thank you for stopping in, my friend. Okay. All right. So yeah, that it's going to be interesting, right? We need what do we all need for this? Now we talked about this the other night, but I had everything down, but then I end up losing it all. Remember, I had that unexpected crash. So I need a notebook. Is what I need. Oh, we'll just write it on here. All right, so we need the flight controller. We need the flight controller, right? We need the ESC. We have the camera. The LiDAR system. And then we need the video system. So there's 5 things that are going, 6 if you count the motor. Six things we need to put on top of that. And the gimbal, that's what I wanted to look up. I wanted to look up the gimbal for this. Let's go to GrabCAD and see if we can find the gimbal. The gimbal is going to be just a universal thing. So if we do an FPV, it's just like an FPV and see, oh, that's not right. 3D Medic, how are you doing, my friend? Welcome in. And also, I've been kicking around the idea of making another reconnaissance drone, but one of those little teeny small helicopters. Yes, my drop thing is supposed to be moving around on the screen, that the landing zone, but it's not for some reason. I'll have to work on that tomorrow. We need a FPV gimbal. I got this one in mind. But the question is, did somebody model it? Looks like they might have. Oh, this looks like it was all custom made. Let's try. Let's try a brushless gimbal and see what that pulls up. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is what. That's only a 2x. That's what I need. No, we need it to be 3. See, you can get these 2, but we need a 3. I want. We don't need to worry about roll. We don't. I'm not worried about roll. I want pan and tilt. Here's one that's a 3. Open it up here, then we got to export it, and it's a mess sometimes. Okay, here we go. This seems quite large. We're going to export this. Let's send this into the documents of. I did have a. Pretty sure I had a Project Raven. 3x GIM. Bring this in here and see how it looks. Oh boy, that's pretty big, isn't it? What's the size? This is for a GoPro. What's the size of a GoPro? What I'm worried about is adding, this will be probably about right there. That looks about right. The gimbal is just not, it's not really critical as far as the design goes, because it's going to, the gimbal's going to change. I just want to get a kind of a visual reference. we're going to have right here is going to be this here. We're going to have our LiDAR to the front here. Then back here is going to be the video transmitter. This looks like we might have to move this forward. And then our battery is going to be back here. We'll be doing something like I tell you what, I want to look up a battery and to see if we can get, I need to go to Amazon for this. That's not Amazon. I got all these ideas coming at me like from 3 or 4 different angles right now. I'm trying to get them to home in. I want to try to do a 3S battery. We might have to go 4, possibly 6. But I'm trying to shoot for. I'm shooting for a half-hour runtime. If we do a 3S, I was working on I was playing around with a calculator. I was trying to get my amp draws and my wattage and all that stuff. And if I run 2 batteries that are 5,000 milliamp hours, that's 10,000 milliamp hours. It was showing me that we were having like a 30 to 40 minute runtime. Which is my goal. My goal is to have is be able to have 30 minutes. So if we do this let's say we do this battery, we'll do this hard case. What are the dimensions on this battery? Okay. Here's the battery. It is 138 by 47, and it's 37 high. That's 380 grams just in one battery. Oh boy. So we run 2 of these, running 2 of them. All right, so the battery is 138. Disregard boy, how are you doing, my friend? Welcome in. So 138 by 47. Okay, all right. So now we got the battery, like the battery size. Okay. This is starting to shape up a little bit better. We actually probably run 3 or maybe 4. Finish the sketch. Let's do 2 sides. So that's 17.5. What do you do? So there's one battery. So that's a dual battery setup. We're probably gonna need more than 2 batteries. So each battery's 380. We run 4 batteries. What would that be? 380 per battery. That's 1,500 grams. That's 1,500 grams just in batteries. That is quite heavy. Oh, what did I do? 1,500 grams. Let's look up that's just batteries. That's just batteries. Oh boy. That's quite heavy. 2 of them would be what? 760. It would be 760 grams. This is quite complex. This is a little complicated. This really has my brain going, which is good. It's a good thing. I enjoy this. It's been quite some time since I've had my I've had to think about something and designing it. But my goal is to have this. My goal is to have this for ready, not fully ready, but a concept physically in hand at MRF, and then it should hopefully for 3D Printopia it will be flying. Obviously I'm not going to fly it at these events, but looking at this, we might have to move this. We might have to take this up to a 500. We'll find out. But tomorrow I should be getting that, I think. Let's do the tracking on it and see where it's at right now. I think it should be here tomorrow. I hope it's here tomorrow. Because sometimes they say that they're like, oh, it'll be here Sunday, and sometimes they bring it early, and if they don't bring it early, then it won't get here till Monday. It says it was shipped, and it was arriving. Wow, it left the facility already. Oh. Package arrived at Sweetsboro, New Jersey at 4 o'clock today. That's like 3 hours away from me. But for some reason, our packages, when you see like I don't know why the mail does this, but I've tracked packages that have gone past my house. Like they'll arrive in Pittsburgh and they'll go out to New York and then they'll come back to Pittsburgh and then get distributed. Vice versa. I've watched packages go back and forth from my house. I was like, just stop along the way. Obviously, that's not how that works. Yes, we are making a helicopter. So what we are making is this is a modular design. We got the motor assembly here. These are carbon fiber rails. It's going to be an open, like an open frame concept. We'll have the control, the flight controller. What else we have? The ESCs in the back here on this rail system, and we'll have the night vision camera. Has an AI system that's going to be mounted up on top. We have our LiDAR that's going to be forward facing, and our transmitter for our video, which we're going to run 700 megahertz. Which I'm able to do that because I am licensed for that. We're going to have the gimbal. This might be a different gimbal. We might end up making our own gimbal, to be honest with you. We might design our own gimbal. That's just too big and bulky. But you'll be able to swap components out, and we are running this all autonomous. And we'll be able to control it manually, right? But it's going to be an autonomous build, which will eventually, I want to get into trying to incorporate. Once we get the whole thing built, flying and running and working the way we want it to work, with the night vision camera, the thermal imaging, the idea of this is to have it hover, and then we can just kind of pan the head around and look around, and just have fun with it. It's to see if we can do it. And once I'm happy with all that, with the way it works, then we're going to look into AI to be able to. We're going to throw some sensors on it and have it fly on its own. Like, we can pre-program it, right? But I want to be able to take it and throw it at objects and have it navigate itself around objects, which can be done. You see it with rovers all the time. We're using Arduino Pilot for this. Like my quadcopter I have right now that I built, the last one I built has LiDAR on it. And it will actually, you can have it, it'll hover, and it will hug the ground. It'll stay about 3 foot off the ground. You can set it on you can program it to say, hey, go this far, and it will go that far. But with the LiDAR, with the downward LiDAR on it, it will follow the contour. This gimbal system is not the correct gimbal that we're going to be using. Close to it, but we need one that's more compact. We need to get the cameras in. Well, I wonder if they have these cameras on. Actually, I think they do. I think they have the digital cameras on GrabCAD. Yes, they do. We'll get this and port this into Project Raven, yes. Yeah, see, these cameras are tiny. So we definitely need to make we need to make our own gimbal for this. Well, is that what size are the? Let's look up. Huh. Isn't that interesting? Oh, their sight must be down. I want to know how big this camera is. Their sight must be down. Well, so if we run two of these, and these are their normal size cameras. Patty Rupkin, thank you for coming in with the raid. Have a great night, and awesome tomorrow. It is what, 11:30 my time, huh? Yeah. A lot of this is going to really start going together when I get that rotor hub. So I get an idea how big this thing is. I don't really have any kind of reference. I'm just kind of going off of what's on GrabCAD as far as components. I do know that that hub is Plastic Lovers. Ramon, how are you doing? Ramon, I couldn't get that thing to connect. I tried everything. I could not get that printer to connect. I couldn't even get into the config files. It's very hot in this room. Yeah, I couldn't get the config files. I couldn't get anything. I couldn't connect to it. No matter what I tried, it just would not allow me to connect to the printer. So I just did a complete revert back to factory. Figure something out, huh? Yeah, we need that. We need that rudder in here, and we need to find a gimbal. I think for the tail rotor. For the tail. We'll do that. That's not right. $10mm on that one. This one is going to be $10mm for that. And that is 20mm. Bushmaster, welcome in. How are you doing, friend? I didn't see you jump in. Didn't see you. We should probably do like 4mm. Is this on snap? Let's do 4mm. No, that one's 5/8. I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to see what we're able to create with this. I'm just curious if it's gonna fly. I think it should, right? Do we need to have that open? Yes, we do. No, not necessarily. No, we can keep it closed. We'll keep all these closed. We'll just supposed to be construction. I guess we can do, let's try this. Let's try to bring this down. That's a bit of a weak spot right there. Let's see if we can fix that.
Welcome.
Subsector, how are you doing, my friend? Oh, Subsector, you're gonna love this. We are working on a helicopter. Let me get this finished real quick. And I'll show you what we're making. Yes, this is going to be a reconnaissance helicopter, an RC helicopter. We got the parts, some parts are coming up this week. I got the main rotor hub assembly coming either tomorrow or Sunday, whenever the mail decides to. It's in New Jersey right now. So, yes, yes, I was thinking about you today, actually. I meant to reach out to you and see how your holiday was. Had a good Christmas. How about you? Oh, we need to get back in here and that's not the right sketch. It was good. Yeah, my son had a good time. He got a bunch of that National Geographic stuff, so we're gonna try to get him. He's excited for it, and see if he wants to do it on stream or not. All right. Why was that? Oh, it's not visible. Turning on visibility would help, wouldn't it? Let's do a new body. We'll take it down. Well, we'll run it right there for now. Just got the X1. You have so much equipment right now. Yeah. We tried earlier today. This is my second time streaming today. I streamed like morning, like 10 o'clock in the morning. Tried to get the K1 Max. Try to route the K1 Max because I don't have any high temp printers. I didn't realize that until like about a few weeks ago that I don't have any high temp printers. So, and it's not buying another one, you know, because that's all I need. Just add more, you know, 3D printing debt, right? We tried to root that and put fluid on it. We got all that stuff done, but for some reason I wasn't able to get it connected to a Moonraker. Oh, I took that the wrong way. Let's go this way. Okay, so this is what we got so far. This is a modular system. You got a lot of stuff. Substack, we are moving this. I got a whole room, guest bedroom that I'm converting into another studio. It's twice the size of this room, so I'm gonna definitely have a bunch of more room. We're gonna be changing some things up on the stream a little bit. But yeah, this is what we got so far. So I'll show you what we have. And then the tail will be back here. So the tail's going to be back here. But subsector, this is going to be an autonomous helicopter with a zero lux infrared camera plus a regular daytime camera, as well as the batteries need to be backwards actually. Think about it. Thermal imaging camera, and we're going to be running LiDAR, a 360 LiDAR system on this for a full AI self-flying kind of thing. I will show you. Yes. Now the AI, the only AI that's going to be on this right now is the AI for the night vision. The night vision uses an AI. There's a little box, a little AI module, but it's all module. The whole thing's all got. You can be able to pull things in and out, 3D print a module, slide it in, and whatnot. The autonomous flying that we can all do is all we pre-program it. I already do that with one of my custom quadcopters that I built, and I got the itch to make another one. Well, it's not a helicopter, it's a quadcopter. I got an itch to make another one, and I stumbled across, if we bang Discord, if you're a member in Discord, we're calling this Project Raven. So Project Raven is is where everything's gonna be. I'm keeping like a little digital diary on, or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, this is the motor, one of the motors. So far I haven't mocked up for a different style motor, but I decided to change it to this motor. I already have one of these motors, so if I do this motor here, I don't have to order one. This a 450 rotor assembly was ordered. That should be here either tomorrow or either Saturday or Sunday. That will be here. This is the camera that we're using. It's a infrared. That's in the back. That's that little AI thing that we got to do. But this is the helicopter that we are modeling this after. So it's pretty big, but it's an entire. It's just a platform that we're going to be able to fly around and hover. It's GPS, all that fun stuff. And then we're going to do the gimbal up front. So we're getting it close as we possibly can to this without any kind of without kind of like crossing paths, because that is a military contracted company, and I don't want to make them mad. So they have a bunch more money than I do. Yeah, so we gotta change some things, but it is based. The idea is the concept is based off of that concept, that platform. Does that make sense? It's been sitting in the box for like 2 years now. My chat is messed up. Yeah, well, everything, my whole network is all messed up. But yes, we already have the flight controller picked out. I actually use that flight controller with my quad now, which I don't know what to do. I keep moving things around. Oh, it's over here. This whole room needs organized and getting ready for moving. So, yeah, this is one of the LiDAR systems that we're going to be running. So, no, this runs LiDAR. Like I said, this one, I built this, 4 or 5 years ago. This is all, basically everything that we're doing to the quadcopter, or to the helicopter, is what I've already done with this. It's just a different form factor, different frame, different, yeah. I am running, the board that we're running in here is the one that we're going to be running in that helicopter, but it's a different, it's a different version of it. It's a different variant. It has more UARTs to it, more connections. I know, I love drones. I haven't flown this one. What I should do is strap a camera on this. I've always all my stuff is all recorded here, but I should see if I can strap like a Wi-Fi cam on here and rip around one of these days with y'all on it. I haven't flown this in probably forever. I think it's probably maybe a year and a half since I've flown this. This is my 7-inch. This is my 7-inch. Oh, it's about a medium range. Yeah, I like this one. This one is fun to fly. And Subsector, look at the Christmas tree we made. It's you can get this on my Discord. I didn't release this out anywhere else, but it is on my Discord. We'll play around with it. There's some things I want to change with it, but this will be released like on Thangs for next year. But you can get this one. You can get the beta over on Discord. Yeah, and with WLED, you can now change. It's running WLED right now, and it is all print in place. The star printed separately, and you wire it all up. But yeah, it's a fun little thing to do. It had a bunch of supports on it. And it's just running off an ESP32. Now, the one that we're going to be doing for next year is going to incorporate an ESP32, a smaller version of it, inside. So we're not going to have all these wires like this. All you're going to do is there'll just be a USB port in the back. And so you just plug the USB port on and away you go. Yeah, these are 2.7 millimeter LEDs. And there's 136 LEDs here, and then 137 is this one. It's just a single 50/50 LED. But it's a cool little thing to do. We zip that up real quick. But this helicopter is our next project. That's our next project. I'm trying to get all ready for the frame and everything else. We're going to be printing it pretty soon. I was hoping to print some parts this weekend. I swear to God, something keeps rubbing up against my leg. I thought it was my cat, but there's nobody in here but me. The goal is to have it all assembled for MRF and take it to MRF. And I'm going to try to see if I can flop it down, because I'm not going to have any kind of tables or anything in MRF, but I'm going to see if Polymaker will put it on their table, because I reached out to Polymaker about sponsoring the build, the filament, because we're going to be printing it with the Fiberon, with their PPS CF10. It's going to be printed out of that, so it's going to be nice and durable. And then I'll have a table. I'm pretty sure I'm splitting a table with Billerobot. I'm not sure yet, but anyway, there's going to be a table I'm going to have my own table, either with Billerobot or myself, and it will be on display there. We should have it up and flying for 3D Printopia. But obviously, I'm not going to be flying it at the event because I just, something, you know, if something would happen, then I'd be liable and all that other stuff. But I was thinking about like maybe if I record something and have a tablet, record some flights and have a tablet sitting there by it and play a recording on the tablet over and over. I think that would work. But right now, I was trying to figure out. Yeah, I'm excited for this one too. Subsector, I got to be honest with you. This is actually this design is actually racking my brain a little bit. Because there's a bunch of stuff on here that's got to be just right. Like this linkage here. All this linkage up here. It took me forever to try to figure out how. No, and I still don't have it complete. I need to work on this a little bit. Yeah, and this also might change because now, right now I'm modeled up for this motor, but this motor is like $100. You know, and who had that? Who's got that lying around? I sure in heck don't. You know, I just went out and spent like almost $300 on essential stuff I needed today. I was like, holy God. Groceries, I had to get fuel I had to get wood pellets, gas, stuff for my son. No, and it's like I was adding it up on the way on the drive home. I'm like, oh my God, that's like $300 that just went out the window. Expensive, isn't it? No, you can design. Everybody can design. But I did this. Yeah. So this motor, I was saying about this motor. This motor is $100 for this motor, but this motor suits this project perfectly. We have another motor. I have another motor. I have it in my Discord there. If you look at my Discord, there's another motor that I already have that should be able to handle this. 84 Carrera, welcome. Thank you for the follow, my friend. I already have that motor, so I don't have to buy the motor. But that would be a redesign of this mount, which is okay because because it's all modular, right? So we can continue building it like this. And on the side, do one with a redesigned motor mount. Use the motor that I have and save up for maybe 3D Printopia. Save up for that to get this motor. You can design very well in your head. Tink Live, have you ever how's your Fusion? How are you still playing around with Fusion? Or not Fusion, FreeCAD. Are you still playing around in FreeCAD? I think FreeCAD released a new version like the other month. I keep getting this stuff pop up. Yeah, FreeCAD went V1. I haven't opened it up for a while. We should probably download it tomorrow. Maybe I'll download it tomorrow. I wonder if I can use... You've been using Onshape. K2 Kevin, welcome in, my friend. How are you doing? How's your holiday? Yeah, 86 credit. That's how it was with me. I've always been a FreeCAD person. I've always used FreeCAD, and I went to Fusion 3. I tried a bunch. I tried Onshape, but I didn't like. I didn't like the way that the files are public. But I played around with Onshape for a little bit. I was able to get some things made in there, and KT Kevin's funny around. He follows all of us around. Gotta watch out for that one. But then I tried SolidWorks. I didn't like SolidWorks at all. There's another one I tried. And then I tried Fusion, and I was like, I didn't like Fusion. So I went back to FreeCAD. And then just a few months ago, yeah, it was like springtime. Just a few months ago, I went and I opened up Fusion. And it just clicked. You had to show off the LED maker chip. Christmas was great. Awesome, my friend. Well, I think if you... I opened up Onshape the other day because one of the issues that I'm having with Fusion... I used to pay for Fusion, but I dropped that like 2 months ago, so now I'm on the free version of it. But I can't convert files. I lost that ability to convert files. Like SolidWorks files, I can't convert that anymore. They don't offer that option's there if you pay for it. But I opened up Onshape, and I thought I came across where if you pay for, there's a version of Onshape that if you pay for it is one you can have your things private. I could be wrong. I can be completely wrong. Just call him out. Yeah. I still have a Bearded Printer. I still haven't watched that interview yet. I'll be watching that when I go to bed here. I'm excited to see that interview. They do have a paid tier where you can have private stuff as a business level. Yeah, I don't know. There was one I came across one the other day I was looking at, and I was like, my God, that stuff's expensive. What I need to get Rhino. I think it's called Rhino. Rhino 3D. I need that for when we do I need that. But my God, that program was like $800. But we need that for when we get into our 4th and 5th axis CNC for when we're milling 4 and 5 axes. I'm just staring at. We just have this CAD program. I'm just staring at it because I'm trying to piece things together. I was thinking all night about this. I think I got the way the linkage is. I have these servos. Now you know what you're doing tomorrow? Yeah, I might be working in the new studio tomorrow. I'm debating on how to do it. Because technically I can move stuff in there now and start streaming from there, but I just have bare walls and everything else, so I'm thinking about getting it actually fully done before I'm moving it, so I just flip the switch. Because I got LED lighting to put up in the back. I have wall panels I need to put up. I need to paint the room. A bunch of stuff I got to do yet. I was just going to move everything in there and then just slowly do it over time. But if I do it that way, we might have a different outcome. It might have a different outcome on that. All right, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go let my dogs out real quick. I'll be right back. I am going to tinker around with the tail when I come back with this one. So I will be right back. Give me a second. The doggos need to go out. From 3D Fuel, we have Bubblegum Pink and Tangerine Orange, PLA+. What color do you want to choose?
Tangerine orange.
Okay. Not sure what happened to all of our rice, so I'm using sprinkles. But here we have it, a maraca. I had some issues printing this. Not sure why. This is Enviro ABS Black from 3D Print Life. And this is a busted part off my drill press. Let's do some practical printing. Gotta love proprietary crap. Turned out pretty good. There's the broken part, here's the new part. It does like to shrink a lot more than normal ABS, so be mindful of that. Got a new filament to try. Forest Green PLA by Sliceworks. Let's print this. This stuff was great to print with. The shoes I printed with 3D Fuel is the chocolate brown. Definitely getting one of these in. Sliceworks Forest Green PLA. Check them out. If you were born in the 60s, 70s, or 80s, you remember these. You also remember when your parents hung them up, they prayed that the house wouldn't burn down. Over the years with the advancement of the LEDs, they've become quite popular again. Let's make some using pixels. There we go, C12 lights. All right. I'm supposed to have that, if anybody knows how to do OBS stuff, that be right back screen, I have like 10 minutes of that be right back before it repeats, but I have it set up in the sections, so every time I press that be right back button, it's supposed to alternate between the clips, so you're all not seeing the same 3 videos every time. So it mixes them up, but I can't get it to work for some reason. Oh yes, we need more lasers. We need to get a laser too. We have the CNC. I gotta figure out placement. So I want to get my hands on another P1S. We got a Rook build coming up. I need to order it yet. I'm gonna have my son pick out the colors, so it's gonna be a build with my son and I. So we're gonna build a Rook. That's gonna be fun. We'll have that probably off the side somewhere. But I want to save room because I want to start getting into some Vorons. So yeah, it's slowly going to be populated. But the cool thing about it is the room is I'm going to have a workbench. I'm going to have a workbench, a 6 foot by probably 36 foot workbench. You have another X1 coming next week. Holy God. The Free Heathen with the raid.
Heathen just raided with 9 viewers.
welcome in, Raiders. Hey, Papa Bear. You're hoping to do a Voron in 2025? Yeah, I think what we'll do is Mr. Heathen, how are you doing today, my friend? What were you up to? How was your stream? Everybody, that's the free Heathen. Give my brother a follow. He's another crazy ass streamer like me. Do crazy stuff, right? Welcome in. Yes, definitely go over and give him a follow. You'll find crazy stuff over there. Tech Jeeper, you want to do another positron? That reminds me. You have to raid and run, but big love, my dude. Hey, big love, my friend. Thank you for the raid. Have a beautiful rest of your night. It's still, well, it's a new day for me. Still yesterday for you, isn't it? Yeah. You're what, 3 hours behind me. Welcome in, Raiders. I'm Shenanigans 3D. We do all kinds of crazy printing stuff. We do like cool little things like this. And right now, what you see on screen down here in the bottom here, we'll go to the big screen here. This is will be a helicopter platform. The blades are going to be different. They're just up there for mock-up. But this is an aerial reconnaissance system that will have infrared night vision, thermal camera, and it'll be autonomous. We can manually fly it as well, but it will be fully autonomous with a LiDAR system. And then once we have the whole main thing built, we will eventually put an AI system on here so it can self-fly. So yeah, we do crazy stuff like that in here. Oh, we also make rocket engines and jet engines and stuff like that too. And we set them on fire, and they usually burn to the ground. We did try to route that today. That was a failure. So it's back to normal. It's back to its the K1 Max. It's back to its normal thing. I don't know what. I don't know why it just didn't. We couldn't get it to work for some reason. I think we're okay on this. Why is this not working? Why did we lose all of our stuff? We lost our sketch. There it is. We're trying some new music too on this screen. Normally I have a preset music that just repeats like every hour or so, but we're just going to do some streaming of music. We're doing some electronic dance tonight. New body. That's reminded. Subsector. You and I are alike in a lot of ways, so I know exactly what you mean by that. My sleep clock is telling me I need to go to sleep myself, but because I work overnights, I got to stick with it, right? Because if I go to sleep early, that means it's going to mess up my whole sleep pattern for the week. And I don't want to do that. All right, so this is the tail section. We can work on the tail section here. Thank you for stopping in, Subsector. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your night and awesome tomorrow. 86 Carrera, thank you, my friend, for stopping in. And thank you for the follow. Have a beautiful night. And hope to see you again. Alright. So this is highlighted, but I can't get this. For some reason I can't get this. Well, we'll just make a new one. There it is. Got it. Oh, that didn't work, did it? Why didn't Order 66 work? Some of my older ones are not working.
Execute Order 66.
So this is going to be 400. That's why you make the big bucks. Oh yeah, the laser. Yes, I have to reach out to you about that. Yeah, I think about it and then I forget about it and then I think about it and I forget about it. So yes, I will definitely be. Okay. Yeah, are you off to bed too, Da Vinci? Have a great night, my friend. All right, so this is the going to be the tail. Yes, it is awesome. I love it when Subsector pops in. Well, I'm so happy to see Subsector again. Wow, you got robbed on that one. You just dropped straight down on that. What are the distances? I think this is 400. So if this is 400, oh no, thank you, thank you for coming in here, and I hope you stream again someday. I always loved your streams, but have a great night, my friend. Nothing ever gets done unless if you're negative about something, right? Trying to teach that to my son. My son's actually a pretty positive person. He surprises me sometimes. He's very outgoing, very outgoing. A little too much. I got to kind of rein him back a little bit. We'll go to the grocery store or we'll go to the store or something. He'll just talk to anybody. Just talks to anybody. And he's always approaching him with a smile. I must be doing something right. got to think about what to do for the tail. And how are we going to control the tail rotor? What are we going to do with the tail rotor? Are we going, it's more beneficial if we just have a fixed pitched prop on the back of that, a fixed pitched rotor. We wouldn't have to worry about linking anything up. We wouldn't have to worry about servos. We would be able to, we could, in the radio, in the flight controller, we can do the mixing in the flight controller, but that'd be a little tricky.
Zombie Hedgehog games just followed.
Zombie Hedgehog's games. Oh, perfect. Oh, that's perfect. How are you doing, my friend? Thank you for the follow. We all know who Zombie Hedgehog is. One of the coolest streamers here on Twitch. But if you don't know, that didn't pop up again. You can't figure out how to rate. Zombie Hedgehog has a new channel doing gaming, and I jumped in last night, was watching. You're playing Fortnite. I can't do Fortnite. I tried. I can't do that. I get stomped. I get creamed. Like the second I land, I'm dead. I don't know what happens. But I want to make sure that we. What's going on here? I was gonna give you a shout out your channel, but I couldn't remember what it was called. It's Zombie Hedgehog Games. Okay. How are you doing, my friend? Oh, you know what? You'll like this. I don't know if you've seen this one, this part yet. Ramon, thank you for that. Make sure you're heading over there. I was typing that in. Make sure you're going over there, following Zombie's new channel, Zombie Hedgehog Makes Games. Over there playing games. That's gonna be interesting. I like to see. I like watching some people do some gaming and stuff. You'll like this. You'll like this with your. I think I might have it right with what you do outside of streaming, your career. This, if you haven't seen this yet, this is going to be an autonomous helicopter. It's a helicopter platform. We're going to design it. We're basing this off of a company that already made one, but we're using it as like a platform, right? It's called the Ghost. But this is going to be autonomous, and we're going to be able to have it. You've seen something just like this? Well, it might be. Let me see if I get back into my Discord. I keep closing it out, and I should be closing it out, but I do. So if you go to my Discord, I am keeping track of everything I do. And if you go down here to Project Raven is what we're calling it. Project Raven. This is our rotor assembly that should be here this either Saturday or Sunday. That will be here. This is a motor one of the motors that I've chosen. I already have this motor, but we're doing something different. I might be changing the motor up. I don't know yet. But here is the infrared camera with an AI system on it. That will be on the gimbal. That will be able to once we hover it. But this is what we're basing it off of right here. This popped up on my feed, on my main page of my Google feed. And I was like, what is this? So it all kind of worked out, because this popped up while I have the itch to make another autonomous quadcopter, right? So this came up, and I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. We need to make this. And I think this is something that's like right up your alley about that. So there's a lot of stuff we need we need to do. So yeah, that is what we are working on. And I got to be honest with you, I've said this now a few times throughout the night. This is racking my brain. It really is. It's. I've been working on this for what? 4 days now, and this is all the farther I've gotten. So, yeah. But I'm trying to get this done so I can bring it. It's going to go to Murph, and it's going to go to 3D Printopia. So it will be with the events, and we're going to print this out Polymaker's Fiber Online. But we're doing it a little bit different, so I'm not going to get nailed for that, because that's a military contracted company that makes that stuff. And so we're changing the design up a little bit, right? So we're not getting nailed for like some kind of whatever. I don't need men in black suits, men or women. I don't need people in black suits knocking on my door. I don't need that. Hey, Tommy Hedgehog, welcome in. Yes, this will be in person. You will see this in person. It will be going to the events this year. For Murph, I will be going to Murph. I will be going to Murph as a spectator. I will be there for the entire week. I made a mistake in 3D Printopia that we just had. Made a mistake of only going down there for a day. And yeah, no, you can't do those in a day. You can do it as a spectator, but I went down to visit friends, fellow streamers, and try to make content and look at everything at the same time. You can't do all that in one day. You can't. You have to. It has to be split up in days. Oh, you can't rate on that when you're less than 30 days old. Yeah, we're gonna start printing this. I already have the one motor here. It's all modular, right? So the whole design is modular. That's why I'm going with these rails, these carbon fiber rails. But this is all modular. You can like you'll be able to swap. You'll be able to print different size motor mounts. Like this assembly here is going to be one piece. This is all one modular. There is a modular system for the batteries, which are right here. The run time is, I'm pushing for 30 minutes of flight time. The gimbal here is going to be different. This is just for a mock-up, but we're going to make a smaller, compact gimbal. Our flight control system is going to be mounted back here. We are going to be using a 700 megahertz radio, or not radio transmitter. Our video transmitter is going to be 700 megahertz. Our control frequency is going to be in the 900 megahertz range. So that is going to be, that's for me anyway. I'll be able to make it modular. So those are, no, I'm licensed for that. So no, I can run those frequencies. So we'll have to do like two designs. One that will accommodate the stuff that people that are licensed to use can use, and then another module for, but anyway, basically the modules are just holding blocks, or just like little weatherproof things that we're going to be 3D printing. It's all going to be 3D printed out of the Fiberon, out of the PPS CF10. Saw somebody skateboard a drone. But yeah, I'm hoping for Murph that we get this, that I can put this on the Polymaker's table for Murph, And then for 3D Printopia, I'll be having my own table. I think I'm going to be sharing a table with Bill Robot. Him and I discussed about splitting a table, but at 3D Printopia it will be on my table. But I'm hoping Friday I can drop it off there at, or whatever the setup is, for because it's all going to be done in Fiberon, the Fiberon line. I just think they'd be able to. I think they'd allow that. I think they'd like that actually. I don't know. We'll see. Doesn't hurt to ask, right? What was I getting ready to do? Oh, the tail. We'll mock up the tail. Gotta figure out the tail section though. We can do a collective pitch on the tail. If we do a collective pitch, that is going to require a servo. And do I really want to put a servo on the back when I'm trying to keep it sleek? If we do a servo up front here, we could do a servo like right here and then have a linkage system coming up into that. But that just adds more to it. We could do a direct drive. Well, it's going to be direct drive. The motor, the main rotor is a direct drive system. That's something that's fairly new into the RC community. I think they started doing that like what, 3 or 4 years ago. They started doing direct drive. But then you have to worry about, no, you have to use a pretty big motor for that. Something that has a bunch of torque. The tail is going to be a direct drive, but we can do a pitched fixed rotor, tail rotor. And in order to get our yaw and our counter yaw, we would need to do some mixing. We need to mix some sub channels in our radio. So every time, that will be a little bit of trial and error actually, but we'd have to, every time we give it collective on the main rotor, increase the collective on the main rotor to increase the pitch for it to go up, we would have to spin, we'd have to have it mixed in our radio to spin the other motor faster to counteract the torque, the rotational torque of the body. And that's going to be, we'd have to trim it out. You'd have to probably trim that out every flight. It's going to have GPS, a compass, a barometer. We'll be able to. No, that stuff has been done for years. You know, there's one on here. You know, this thing. When I get satellites, when the satellites are locked in on this one, it's locked. Like it just hovers and stays in place. And then the cool thing is when I do the LiDAR, the barometer, the compass, and the GPS, because this is a more advanced GPS puck. When they're all functioning together, this thing is just like rock solid. It just stays there. It might drift a little bit, but it just stays there. But again, you got to understand this is like 4 or 5 years old when I built this, so the technology is far more advanced now than what they've done. But yeah. But I gotta admit, seriously, this is seriously racking my brain a little bit, trying to get this figured out. It's a lot more complex than what I anticipated. You have commitment issues. I have a drone. I 3D printed one. In fact, actually, the motor that I'm going to be putting in this helicopter, I got a motor in. I had it like right here. I was measuring it the other day, but God only knows where it went. That's I'm gonna be so. The new studios, I'm gonna have an organization system in there. Oh, it's gonna be so much easier. But the motor that I have is 50 millimeters, and that was. Do I even have that in here? No, I designed that in FreeCAD, but the frame is built. The frame's built. It just needs electronics and the motors. But the frame is built. It's been 16-inch props. This thing is like huge. And my son has it. He took it to his mother's, and that's where it never came back. Hi, Pessis. Welcome back. But yeah, what I got polycarbonate in just for that frame. We should get back into that. We still have that that FPV plane to print. I got the filament in for it. I just need to print it. But every freaking time I go to print with that printer, it gets all messed up. Oh, Zombie Hedgehog, Zombie, we tried to root this today. On my stream earlier, I streamed earlier today about 10 o'clock. I tried to root that. We had fluid on it. We had everything all done, but the problem was Moonraker wouldn't allow me. It wouldn't read. It wouldn't connect to the printer. That one is the K1 Max. But yeah, we had fluid. We installed fluid and Moonraker, but we couldn't. When Moonraker was asking for your printer to add a printer, we couldn't add the printer to it. We couldn't get into the config files. Yeah, so I reverted it back, and I'm going to try again tomorrow. Yeah, the Creality K1 Max. Yeah, Ramon, because Ramon was in here saying it's like do this and this, and we were doing it, and no, Ramon was helping me out tremendously with it, but it just wouldn't accept, it wouldn't take it. The issue wasn't that we just couldn't. Moonraker just couldn't. It wouldn't. Every time we type in the address for the printer, it just kept saying. I kept getting the what is that? The blacklist, not the black. It's not called the blacklist, but ROMs or something like that. Yeah, I think what I was reading more about it, and that little warning that we were getting. When I was looking into that warning, you have to get into the config files to allow that IP address to go through. That IP address has kept getting blocked. So Moonraker was blocking that IP address. And we just need to get into the config files to allow that IP address to go through from the documentations that I was reading. Yeah, I know. Good luck with that, right? All right, Zombie. Thank you for the lurk, my friend. They do. It says it right on there. It says you have to go in. Do I still even have it open? No, I don't. You have to go into the config file for Moonraker, and then you have to add Juju Prince. Welcome, my friend, and thank you for the follow. You have to add your IP in that list, and then it will allow it. But I can't get into that file. Yeah, we were in the SSH Connect part. Yeah, we just couldn't get into that. I just couldn't get into the Moonraker's config file. That's where I need to get into. I need to get into the Moonraker's config file, and then once I'm in there, then I add the IP address to. It was showing on the documents. There's a list there to allow a certain range of IP, and it wouldn't allow me to do it. Just delete the printer. Problem solved. I've always had great success with Creality. Always have great success. Those Ender 3s were tanks. I still have an Ender 3 that's still in a box. I never even opened it up. That little thing right there, that's an Ender. What you're seeing, right here. This little thing right here, that's an Ender 3. That's been converted to a Core XY, minus the electronics. It's a frame of a Core XY. But anyway. My problem with Creality is when I bought this guy right here. That is the CRM4. Started having issues with that. Bought that, issues with it right out of the box, and then I bought the K1 Max. Issues with that. It's like after 3 or 4 prints, it gets all jammed up. Now we need. Yeah, sadly all Creality needs mods. Need to fix it to Ender 3v2. I fixed it and ran Benji print to make sure it only took like 2 hours to print. These two machines here, the K1 Max and the P1S, when I printed, I did a side-by-side comparison on them with the toaster, I did Benji's on them, and they only took like 13 minutes on both of them. It prints beautifully. It does. I've had a few failed prints off of that, but overall, it prints great. I don't know if I have anything that's up here that's... Well, the rocket was printed. My rocket in the back was printed in there. You know what? I'm pretty sure I got a wire here. Yes, it was. This was printed with it. This was printed with it, and it turned out pretty good. You know, we had this little like ghosting here for some reason, but this was printed with my Max, so it prints good. And this is all stock. I don't change anything on my printers. I just plug them in and print. Heck, on the Bamboo, I use usually just the Bamboo setting for the filament, or I'll go down to no. I don't even use Polymaker's stuff, but it doesn't matter. I'll throw something in there, like I'll throw a PETG in there or whatever from like 3 different companies, and I'll use the same setting for all 3 of them. But yeah, it prints pretty good. It just had what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to convert it for a high temp printer. That's what I'm trying to do. That's the only reason why I'm doing it. The issue that I have is with the extruder. That's the issue that I have is the extruder. Every time it retracts the filament, it gets a little dome shape on it, and then it gets jammed up, and yeah, there's a slight heat creep. That's my issue. Yeah, you're probably right on that. It is probably from speed. This is Polymaker's dual lime and magenta. I like how it's printed too. It's like all lime, and it doesn't even look like lime. It's like more like gold. Yeah, this is a Polymaker dual. This is a Polymaker dual silk. I have some of it left over, I think. Oh, I got like almost 3/4 of a roll left. I don't print with silks too much. But yeah, it's this one. It's their dual silk. Lime and magenta, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, lime and magenta. I got this on a. I think I got one code or something. I just ended up getting that. Golden Pink Silk PLA. I have several Golden Pink. They're sample packs, but you always end up forgetting what companies. Golden Magenta. I wonder how gold would look on that. Yeah, so I'll try that tomorrow. We'll try to root that tomorrow again. Let's try to add a, see what it would look like if we do a tail in here. Now this is not going to be the correct tail, but this will kind of give me an idea of where we're going here. This is just kind of eyeball what we got. I'm gonna make a fairly nice sized tail because I want to have some stability. If we're gonna make this autonomous, kind of like to have some high speed stability. Let's take this. How thick do I want this? Probably make this 8mm thick. Yeah, let's take an 8. It's starting to look like something, isn't it? We might have to go up to a 500. So the one I got, this rotor head that I have coming is a 450. We might have to take this up to a 500, possibly a 600. These rotors that are on here, this might not be this. No, it is to scale because that bar is 5mm right there. That is 5mm. But I don't think these are to scale. What the heck are these? This was a model I downloaded. I downloaded this model, so that might not be this scale. I know the bar is the. Let's get a measurement on this. So that's 220mm. That is not correct. Let's look up 450. I thought about getting these. All right, so we're looking at 450 blade is 325. You can go a little bit bigger. See, here's 360. So we'll say 360. You can get them up to 400. So that's you can go higher, obviously, but then you'll need once you start going bigger, you'll need to change out your hub. So we're looking at 360, just basically from easily get. That's not showing anything. So 360. Let's take that, and that's what 220. So that's 140 more millimeters. All right, so let's close that out. Let's do a sketch. I want to see something. If we come here to the center hub here and come out to where these are, to where it connects, we're going to take this. Oh, it disappeared. Right there. Actually, let's do this. Sense that all we can do is get that one. This is just to kind of get an idea. So if we go 12 by 360. Which means that tail rotor, that tail's too far back. That tail's too far back. We need to move that tail in. Maybe, I don't know. What it's like it's right at the edge, kind of. If we have, let's guesstimate. Well, let's see here. 450. .450 tail rotor size. Six, 61 millimeters, and that tail rotor is probably looks like it's about 20 millimeters. So we need to do a 61 millimeter. We need an 80 millimeter circle. No, we need a 70 millimeter circle. And if we keep the tail down, we want it up here. If we have it up here, we need to make sure that that's structural. If we keep it down here, we don't want to go down past that. let's do a design for up top here. The diameter, we're going to say 80 to be on the safe side. Ooh, no, that's not correct. That's not correct at all. Oh, wait a minute. No, that might be. Okay, my bad. So that's 61. I'm looking at tail rotor specs right now on another screen. The black tail rotors for the 450 size, that's 61 millimeters per tail, so that's 122 plus 20 for the rotor itself. So that's 142. So that would be our tail rotor. Which means with that, could move it down. But I kind of like it up on top. Cancel that. What did I just do? So this needs to be moved forward. Which actually, you know what? We could move the entire tail. Let's get rid of that sketch. Close that sketch out. We can actually bring that tail up, bring it in. Instead, because this is 400 millimeters, I don't need to cut that. I can just bring that in and then we'll just wrap the tail around this. How would that be if we bring back this sketch? Oh boy, the more and more I think about this, the more and more I think we need to increase that hub size. Yeah, we might need to increase its hub size. We might have to go up to a 500, at least a 500. We'll see when I get that in. But yeah, we might have to take that up to a 500. We'll see. And don't forget, we can also get larger. We can get a 400 millimeter blade. I think that tail rotor needs to be bigger though. We could go with So here's the options. We actually should probably look at this. Here are the options we have. If we go with these tail rotors, there's a belt drive. We'd probably do a shaft drive. That's belt driven. We don't want belt. Because what I was thinking, what we can do is if we do a shaft drive, we can bring this tail rotor down to here. Then we'd have the issue with this tail. We wouldn't know. We would be pushing against the tail. You know, all the air that goes that this rotor pushes would be pushing against that. That's kind of why I kind of want to keep it up here, but if we do it down there, we'll have to make this shorter. And then what we could do is we could put the motor, we can mount the motor like right here, and then have a direct drive on the motor coming back for the tail. We'll have a drive shaft that goes through here that connects right to here. Is there a better picture? Then we would need to figure out a way to that probably wouldn't work. That's belt driven. Here is the control, that's on the outside. Oh boy. See, we would do this for the more the approach of the coolness factor. Because if we do a direct drive, we'd have to do a smaller motor. Why is there a drum pedal, a bass pedal here? This is getting into like some weird machinery, huh? There is what? This looks like it might be a direct drive. Yeah, these are direct drives. Oh, that's the main rotor. That's a belt. Let's see how big these are. It's going to be, yeah, this is going to be interesting. I haven't even started to think about the tail assembly yet. There's a couple of different options, but trying to figure out how to do it without having a servo back there. I really don't want to have a servo back there. We could do a cat tail. Are they actual a cattail? Nice and fluffy. I figured that's where you did that. We can use rods, right? We can, because I was thinking about that. We can have the motor. We can have the motor right here, run a shaft through, and we can put a servo right here, another micro servo, and then run the rod up through here. I just don't like the idea of that rod being there. Or we can run a direct drive system. It would keep everything all balanced. But you also have to forget that we're going to have a lot of weight up front here. With this camera system and the LiDAR, we're going to have a lot of weight up front there. But we can change the center of gravity with the batteries. The batteries are going to get a, what I'm going to do with the batteries is coming off the ESC is going to be the wires, but the batteries are going to be encapsulated in a 3D printed box, and then the batteries will just kind of go up and click back into place. Yeah, we want it to be balanced over top of the main rotor. We'll be able to move the batteries back and forth, like forward and back, so we can adjust the adjust the center of gravity. Where is the center of mass on this as it is? Oh, these are all components, so we're not going to be able to find a center of mass on this. Or we might be able to whoa. Yeah, check this out. So the center of mass let me try that again. Right here. That's the center of mass right here. For everything on here right now, that's the center of mass right there. Right where my cursor's at. The cold ratio always works, right? Now, don't forget, this is not, yeah, the center of mass actually might be more forward because we are using solid rods here when these rods are not really solid. And that's going to be in what? What's that do? Let's back that up because that did not turn out correctly. We need to select that. That just got a little funky now, didn't it? Okay, so it's just closing out the bottom. That's fine. I'll be okay with that. Alright, so let's get this turned off. Didn't really move it. Nope, still the same. Still the same. I don't think it was adding this as a center of mass because this is, well, it's a body. It should. What kind of music is this? This is kind of really bizarre, isn't it? Let's do some. Relaxing. It's not going to allow me to select those because these are not bodies. These are, yeah, they're not bodies. So what we got so far, deselect that. If we remove the batteries, we'll crash the system. Oh. All right, so that's the center of mass right there without the batteries. This is with the batteries. And obviously this is going to do a huge change when we change that.